homeschooling our kids, I've begun to learn all kinds of things. I mean, I've been to college and all this other stuff, but I mean, we're going through their grade school books, and I'm flipping through, and I go, wow, guys, look at this. And they're looking at me like, is there going to be a test on this? This is cool. You know? And you're learning these kind of things. And it's the same way with doing devotions with my kids. You know, a lot of times people think, well, you know, this guy pushes devotions with dad because, you know, families need devotions. You know, I think the dads benefit as much or more from doing devotions with their kids, because as I began doing devotions with my children, I realized we're talking about real life issues. And then I'm talking to them about, you know, I mean, we go through the book of Proverbs, and that'll hurt you. Oh, man. And we talk about, you know, the fool answers something before he hears the whole thing. And then I catch myself doing that. You know, and don't be hasty. And then there's scriptures like, you know, wisdom is deep within a man. It's like a well, and a person of understanding can draw that out. It's like, oh, wow, there's a whole new art form. I've been good at pointing out foolishness. You know, that was like a fool. You're acting foolish. Would you stop that? Would you sit down? But that's not an art form. Everybody can do that. The devil can do that. That's why you hear him saying those kind of things. But to draw out the qualities, to reach into the depths of that soul and draw it out. I got convicted. One of my daughters this spring says, I want to raise honeybees. And, you know, we've got 18 acres, and so we've hurt ourselves every which way you can imagine trying to raise animals on it. And so I'm thinking, honeybees, okay, what are we talking about here? So we get a book, we start studying it together, and I got convicted in the introduction to the honeybees. This man says, and I can't remember his name, I'd give it to you if I could remember. He says that the honeybee is the only creature, at least to his knowledge, on the planet that totally exists and does its job without damaging anything. It only takes what nature can't use. It doesn't pick a flower. It doesn't eat a leaf. It doesn't kill a bug. All it does is draw out the sweetness from the flowers that exist, pick up some pollen that nobody else wants, and manufacture something people pay $4 a pint for. But then that convicted me, because I realized, am I like that? Spiritually, we should be able to exist without feeding on any other life form. That all we do is draw out the qualities. Will that preach? And not just point out the weaknesses, because, I mean, any vulture can go along and pick up dead things. Any mosquito can suck blood. But it takes a higher life form to draw out what is rich and valuable and sweet. We can learn a lot of things from our children.